Hey, sorry I didn't get a message out yesterday. When I woke up, actually my ego was the first thing to wake up, and it was hard to get that thing under wraps. And so, yeah, so I thought better to not do a message if I'm getting in my own way. And that being said, sometimes when I take a day off, it gets hard again to start. It's like you sit in front of the camera for a second, just going, what do I do? What do I say? And so I kind of chickened out instead of just getting right into a deck or talking. Well, I didn't chicken out all the way. I said a prayer first. So I talked to Spirit first, and I said, "Hey, get me out of this. I mean, take me out of this. It's your message." And I said, "And give me the jokes too. I mean, I don't feel like I can come up with my own jokes. So anything that's funny or not funny today, it's Spirit. So don't blame me." All right. So my cheat though is I thought maybe I'll start and pull some cards before I turn on the camera, and I did. And the way Spirit wanted me to do it was cut the deck. That card is the main card, the main energy we're talking about, and then the two cards, the one on top and the one below that were surrounding it, kind of like support that idea or what that's talking about. So, and I was sitting here going, I'm not ready to turn on the camera. I'm not sure what I've got to say. And the card I pulled was Earthworm, and I had nothing against worms or anything. I didn't think one thing or another about it. But the whole reason I'm pulling it from this deck is to read what this deck has to say about it. And so Earthworm, are you ready? Oh, let you see it. All right. Oh, let me pull down my glasses. Okay, Earthworm, shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. I'm still fairly new. I'm like 8 months in. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. I almost said earthwormy. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. So there's got to be somebody besides myself that wanted to hear this or needed to hear it. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. That's nice. When in balance, earnest, intelligent, valuable. Duh, who am I talking to? Of course. When out of balance, self-conscious and apprehensive. And to bring into balance, speak up and risk embarrassment. Perfect. Now, the two cards surrounding it, butterfly. I mean, we're transforming here, so I'm not even going to read butterfly. Well, to bring into balance a daily routine. Man, I was just thinking about daily routines because now that summer has started for me, I should probably get into some routines. Dang. I have mixed feelings about routines. And I don't know. I think it's up to you. Like I mean, I wasn't going to speak for you anyway, but I really think when you do things like making routines and setting goals and any kind of systems, it's so personal that outside advice is interesting, and maybe you take and whatever from it, but yeah. Anyway, so the other card that was with this earthworm like apprehension is this golden egg. And the golden egg, are you ready? So this is getting real personal. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Well, I don't even know what that means. That's one hand clapping, whatever. All right. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. Confirmation burp. I've been thinking about that so much, and I've been getting really impatient, annoyed uh, at anything on a screen. Well, except for now, I'm on the screen, so it's quite nice, you know. So I would say cut back on all of your screen time, except for my channel, and come watch it. Okay. So the magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga, nidra, or meditation. I don't even know. Nidra, or meditation. I understand meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection. Weren't we just talking about setting up a routine? And they're talking about a practice. Maybe that's what they're asking you to do. Set up a practice to like be quiet, a routine of quiet introspection, contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. I think we're getting there. I think we're golden. We're golden for golden egg. Oh yeah. Something about the fourth chakra. Yeah, you get the point. Oh yeah, that is really good. So the message there, and we're not even to the cards yet. Oh my. The message there was, if there's something you're apprehensive about, nervous about, routinely getting quiet and listening for answers, asking for help, asking the questions that you have, and then being quiet enough to let the answer. Okay, that's easy. Now, come on. We just might make that a mini read. Shoot. Well, you're getting a double then. That was dessert first. All right. Well, we're going to stay structured here. Because I'm feeling loosey-goosey, and you know what? This was talking about getting into a routine, and I'm going to go with the structure I know. The hindsight, insight, foresight. Oh, but let's talk first. Hey, by the way, I am Trip. This is Real Nature Trip. I'm doing tarot. That's real nature. That's a yard. That's not real nature. But there's real nature trying to make its way in there. I'm rolling up my sleeves because I'm getting to work. And it just feels good to have them off of my arms for some reason. And yeah, I do tarot. And I love you. And that's really the main point, is to be a part of you loving yourself and, you know, remembering that and refinding your value if you lost your way. And by the way, it's 100%. Your value is 100%. And so that's probably the main part of my channel. And then, you know, trying to figure out our way through this life, right? Like navigate this earthly and eternal stuff, you know? So this is very exciting. And we also ask Spirit for help. Spirit, help. I mean, help? I meant ask. Yeah. Any messages you want to give, I am so happy you've put me in this position to give them. All right. Ooh, it's wavy today. I want to go wavy. What do we got? Oh my gosh. Speaking of wavy, see, we're moving away from that wavy water. Less noise. Less noise. Less noise. That's the big message so far. All right, hindsight energy. What are we talking about? All right. We got that waiting for opportunity. It's not just waiting. To me, this is more surveying. Surveying, taking it in. All right, that's past energy. So somehow waiting, surveying, taking it in the past, in a particular situation, this person's not stressed. They're not like waiting impatiently. I mean, sometimes, how many times have I saying I mean, like, or, oh no, I distracted myself with my words. Assessing came into my head for some reason. I've never put that with that card. Assessing. All right, so now current energy. So you were assessing something, waiting and assessing. Current energy, well, you're working on something. You're already working. Oh, I smell bacon. Okay, so I've had a strange morning flow, and I put bacon in the oven, and I started this, and I told the other person living in my house, my mother, my house, she lives with me. I don't live with her. Get this straight. I'm not a loser. I do sleep on the couch, but it's not in the basement. Told her she's in charge of the bacon. So she has just as much skin in the game as I do, right? If it burns, we both lose. So your past energy is saying, hey, waiting for something. Your current energy is working on something. And I feel like it's a different thing. So you were waiting on something in the past, and before it arrived, you were like, you know what? I can't just sit. And so this Three of Pentacles, to me, it's cooperation, the building something from the ground up. But today it's just like, yeah, I had to move on with life and get busy. There were bills to pay, there were things to do, stuff had to get done. So yeah, you were sitting back, kind of not daydreaming, but just really like, what do I want to do? How do I want to do it? What do I want to become? Where do I want to go? All that stuff. And it was great, but things weren't getting done. And so you had to dip in and just get to work. And I feel like foresight, maybe this thing that you were waiting on, maybe it's coming back. King of Wands. Well, yeah, I mean, that was the Two of Wands. And I think you're going to realize this thing. You're going to step into it. And I think the working part of whatever you're doing is part of it. It's all part of it. And I said, I think, I know what you're doing. So you maybe, to simplify the way I'm saying this, you're daydreaming in one direction, but you actually have to take this working path. But it's given you skills. It's given you maybe that work ethic or the work schedule. What was it saying? A routine. Like maybe you've learned some routines or patterns that will be applicable, because we're going to go from the Two of Wands to the King of Wands. You know. So this day. So I might sit around thinking, daydreaming about what you used to daydream about, and then look at like the path you've taken and what things in that path support some of those daydreamy things that you used to spend time and attention on, and which one of those things lights you up and all of a sudden seems really possible that you've maybe even forgot about. That's the kind of energy we're talking about right there. All right, the desire. Five of Swords. It's okay, you know, and we saw the Six of Swords. It's about this getting away, you know, taking what you know and getting out. Taking what you know and getting out. It's on to the next thing, you know, to brighter skies. You desire brighter skies and kind of independent. This is more of an independent. You're leaving the crowd. Oh man, you must be braver than I, because this is like, I get this idea of small business. Like, all right, I have learned this trade, and I've always dreamt about owning my own business, and this is giving that kind of feel. I've always been like many ideas and never start, you know. Oh boy, so the challenge. Ten of Cups, family. If the challenges you're feeling like you're leaving something behind, like you're leaving a known thing behind, that's the challenge, right? Like you're leaving comfort. Ten of Cups is pretty comfortable. It's like you've achieved and you've made it comfortable. Like this is kind of like a really nice wage or salary, whatever, versus the risk of going on your own. But man, that's King of Wands, going back to the King of Wands, it feels like in some capacity you're going to break out on your own. You're going to do at least some project or something, you know. So the solution, Knight of Cups, you know, putting your best foot forward. That's really the only message that can come through right now, right? Putting your best foot forward. And like, I want to say, taking some of these old ideas and dressing them up, and not in a phony like you know, make them look better than they are, but like dusting them off, giving them the respect they need, you know, that they deserve, and these ideas of yours. Oh man, we're so. Are you as guilty as I am of not respecting your own ideas? Like, you're like, oh, that's a dumb idea. Oh, that'll never work. Or, you know, like you think of this idea and then you poo-poo it as soon as there's any kind of practicalness or somebody else in the picture. Yeah, I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, so going back and like pulling stuff out of the garage, off the shelf, out of the closet, and dusting it off and shining it up. Man, when you shine the genie's lamp, wishes come true, right? Huh. All right. Well, here's the interpersonal stuff. This could throw a wrench in the monkey. Here's the you alone. So, I mean, the last read was all about this, right? And you are just finding your heart more and more. You're open. You're so open. You're so open. You're so accepting. You're finding acceptance on a deeper level of yourself and others. Yeah, I mean, that has become obvious. So, yeah, then them alone. The Hierophant. So someone a little more structured. So I know, like in spirituality, you know, like this is more like church, right? Like, and handing down that knowledge and whatever, and a mentor-mentee situation kind of thing. It doesn't look like they're stuck. Man, the two bald heads on the bottom really drew my attention. Man, this is almost, man, this almost feels like preaching to the choir. That's the feeling I'm getting. So someone who has kind of just surrounded themselves with, not yes men, but only the people that agree with them. Man, we're all guilty of that, right? These days, like our whole society is guilty of that. Like, oh, we only talk to the people who agree with what we say. And this isn't that exactly. It's more of a, hey, this person doesn't speak up unless they know the people they're talking to, and know and trust, like, okay, we're all on the same page, we're all on the same card, and that's when I'll talk. Otherwise, they're the opposite of me. I'm a talkie. They are like, hey, no, I'm not gonna divulge this or that. And some of it has to do with the, like what we were just talking about with the earthworm, like that apprehension, that kind of like, how am I going to be received? So they are slow to words. Do you know anybody like that? I do, but they're not in my family. Okay, the two of you together. The moon. The moon's head. One of the things they say in the moon card is you're just coming out from underwater. And if we're dealing with two people here, I feel like it's two people helping each other out of the water. And it always talks about new opportunity with the moon, and maybe an opportunity for each of you, or maybe one opportunity together. I don't know. I'm really starting to get this vibe of like it's a spiritual level up. Like by talking to this person, there's a spiritual level up. They make you realize something, you know, or you make them realize something, or both, right? It's like you both were given half the pieces to the puzzle, and then like when you start talking like, oh yeah, well I have a whole blue edge here, you know, and then they go, well I have a blue edge, and you line up and you have the whole sky, and it's just like, oh, that's what the whole sky looks like. That's what this is all about. That's the potential of this thing. That's what's coming through, like the hidden potential of some things, you know, opportunities, life, whatever. Oh boy. All right, well, actually I shouldn't have talked. I'm talking out of turn again. The situation. So six of cups. I know, I just got to read it. See, I always think of going back home, but you know, sometimes the size difference between the elder and the younger is so much bigger than the elder. Maybe, oh my gosh, right now I'm looking at it as like who is more in touch with their heart, right? The child. So like the bigger the person is, the more they're attached with their inner child. They're the one with this cup, they're giving the cup. Could be wrong, but that's the way it feels right this time. Like you expand as you are more in touch with the inner child, with your heart. You are expanded. The more you've closed it off, the smaller you get. Isn't that funny? When we are afraid, physically afraid of something, we go towards, we small, right? We protect our organs and everything. We tuck our head, basically move into the fetal position. And the opposite, like when we're victorious or whatever, most people raise their arms up, you know, in victory. We expand. And our superheroes are, you know, expanded. So I don't know why I wanted to talk about that. But so fear makes you crumble. What's the opposite of fear? Dare I say love? You know, love is expanding. All right, what am I doing? That's the situation. Oh, I did want to read about this Six of Cups. Don't worry. Lovely remembrances, seeing old friends and gifts of the heart, walk down memory lane, past affections, new realizations. That's the part we're talking about, the new realizations. You guys are filling the puzzle pieces in, making the whole picture. This isn't of yourself. Like you don't have a missing piece in you. You are whole. It's this understanding of the world that is in parts. So do Five of Swords. Five of Swords. So there's a battle to win here. That's what I'm getting. There's a battle to win. And don't get stuck in the rut. So there's a battle. This is the Five of Swords. There's a battle. There's a changing of the way you battle through things. And there's this Five of Pentacles, which is stuck in the way they are, you know, like they're viewing, but they're not changing. They're just, well, you know what? We're in this rut. Don't get stuck in your rut. Oh man. I do believe that's it. That's it. What did we say? I don't even remember. Holy cow. I might have to watch this. I might get one. No, I'll watch it before I. Okay, the work is done. The sleeves can come down. All right, well, I do love you. And I hope you're doing great over there. And, oh, if you are one of them Australians that has greeted me, has signed up and greeted me and said that they enjoy watching, there's only one thing that I'm gonna warn you about is I'm gonna say summer, you know, and it's gonna be winter for you. And I with all my heart, I wish I could you know, take my time and do it right, but I'll just say summer. Like, I'm just gonna say what I'm in. So please forgive me for that. You know, I'd like to see what your winter looks like. You know, but yeah, that's more than all I have to say. That's saying stuff I didn't even need to say. All right, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.